Morning. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Morgan's letting me take the lead on this Do Good Business mini series, so I'm going to try to do. Obviously, I can't be as clean and crisp as her, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm Ashley Stewart, and I'm the founder and president of Legacy Purchasing Group. And welcome to our Do Good Business mini series. Today, I want to introduce Morgan Heinrich, who is our director of marketing. She is amazing, has so many talents from her innovative thinking, her wonderful marketing skills that she has, and then, of course, the networking and relationships that she's built over the years. So, why we're having her on today, I thought it would be perfect for her to share her experience that she's done on the networking and building relationships. You know, I'm in Legacy. We're involved in many networking groups, small groups, big groups, chambers, and we see so many times these businesses kind of doing it I won't say the wrong way, but there's ways that you can tweak it a little bit to make yourself come across a little bit more genuine, because that is the key, is to be genuine, truly care about who you work with. So I thought it would be great for her to share her tips of the trade in regards to networking and building relationships. So, Morgan, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay. So, as you guys know, we were asking you to write in questions about networking and what you wanted to know. And so today, Ashley's going to be reading them off. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. I know we're live on Twitter, YouTube, our website, and Facebook. So if you have any questions at all, please pop them in and we'll try to get to them today. So I want to say thank you so much. If you join us today, make sure to just even say hi and share this. So we've actually had this talk a few times. I've talked at quite a few different networking groups, associations about networking, and it was Ashley's idea to do this today and kind of share some wisdom that I've learned over the past way too long about networking. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in New York, and small town, gotta love it, Goshen, New York. Hello to those who are watching. And I'm going to pull this up, our little presentation we put together for you guys. Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. So, born and raised in New York, I came to Texas not knowing anybody. I went to TCU for broadcast journalism with a double minor in political science and business. I have a house in Fort Worth now, and as Ashley said, I'm the director of marketing at Legacy Purchasing Group. I love to volunteer with rescue, and I have 3 dogs who you will probably see behind me during this video. I think Tess was just behind me a second ago. And I came to Texas not knowing anybody. And coming from a small town, it was kind of a shock coming to a huge city and just having to build my community from scratch. So that is why I kind of hit the ground running. I worked at a few different companies, and with my last company, I went to, it was over 300 networking events in a year. So that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then happy hour or dinner, and then something after. In Dallas, I was killing myself, and I learned a lot. Wow. Yeah. So we put this presentation together for you guys today. So one of our viewers had asked, just why is networking so important? And this is such a strong thing for me. And I recently read a book called The Defining Decade. It's all about navigating your 20s. And if anybody in their 20s, you should read it. I highly recommend it. So they talk about the strength of weak ties. So pretty much you have strong ties, which are the people that are in your circle. So that's your best friend. That is your childhood best friend, your college best friend, your sister, people that are going through similar walks of life that you are. And then there's the weak ties. And those are the boss, the teacher, the past professor, the coworker, the distant cousin that you haven't seen in years. So what this says is your tribe around you, they won't help you grow. They'll be there to support you. They probably don't know any opportunities that you don't know about. And it's usually those weak ties that help you grow and learn and push you to the next step. They'll know about that job. They'll probably introduce you to your future spouse. They know about those opportunities that you would never come in contact with. I mean, I've gotten jobs previously that It was a third party that happened to know my name, and that's how I got the job. So it's pretty unique, and this is why networking is so important, especially as you're building your career and you're building your business.
Yeah, and I think that's what's big with you, Morgan, is that you started networking from the very beginning, college, getting through college and meeting so many people, having that mindset at the very beginning when whether you're about to leave college, start a business, or work for a company, start your own business, when you're out of college, it's having that mindset from the very beginning and not making excuses. Find time to do it, because networking, it does take time. There's a lot of follow-up and everything. So the fact that you've done it so well from the very beginning, that's obviously, you can see the success that has come of it.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's why I love marketing so much, is because I get to know the people beyond the screen, beyond the print advertising. It's all about getting to know your potential client or even your community and then providing a solution. So that's why I feel this is so important. So Ashley, what was the next question you wanted to ask?
Let's see. Well, that kind of answered the how did you learn to do it so well? There was another question. Many are uncomfortable walking up to strangers to start a conversation. How do you suggest they do it so that it's not so overwhelming?
So this is a big one that I've been asked quite a few times. Obviously, I've put together a presentation for this. So here are some networking do's and don'ts. And especially as we're kind of getting back out there again, I know quite a few of us are a little bit rusted right now.
Right.
And I wanted to go through some don'ts and then some do's. So networking don'ts. Some people just aren't your people. You'll go into a networking event, you'll want to go full speed, introduce yourself to every single person you know, which is great. But there will be some people, and you have to put this in your mind, that don't want to be bothered. They don't want to, that is not what they're there for. So don't be frustrated by it. It is,
yeah.
Don't force a connection if it isn't there. If it doesn't feel genuine, don't push it. Connect with, yes, I was going to say, connect with them on LinkedIn and move on. So say you get a business card and it still doesn't feel genuine, just connect with them on LinkedIn, comment on their stuff, and maybe they'll turn and end up liking you in the long run. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to someone. So this is a huge thing. You always want to get your name and business name out there. I mean, even if it's just a quick hello, and I know it's a little bit different now, I am always the first one to stick my hand forward and introduce myself. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone on social media. We'll talk about this later. Don't attend networking events with large groups of friends. So this is a big one that I'll talk about in a second, but do not attend networking events with like a group of 5 people. I know it's a little bit different because events are a lot smaller these days, but that's a big one. People are intimidated when you show up with a group of 3 to 5 or more friends. And then don't forget your business cards. I have mine sitting right here because we're going to one later.
Right. Well, and I get to go back to that networking and bringing with a large group of friends. You have that tendency to just stick with them and yourself personally, not going out and meeting other people. And then also where it says, you mentioned go up, introduce yourself and what business you were with. Leave it at that. Ask them one personal question and then just be quiet. Let them talk. And that will kind of make it'll ease you if you're nervous walking up to someone. That'll kind of give you time to take a deep breath, let them do the talking, and then see where it opens up from there. That's what I've learned over the time. It's just doing that.
And Ashley's amazing at that. She's a great listener. So this is what you should do. And a huge thing I would say is you never know who you might meet. I mean, I've made connections with someone sitting at the nail salon. You know who you are if you're watching it right now. We've brought that into business. You never know. So number one, lean into your weak ties. So if you're invited to an event, a virtual meetup, a book club, go. Why not? Say yes to new opportunities. Next, again, always introduce yourself and be yourself. People can tell if you're faking it. Next, compliments go a long way in our conversation starter. So if you want to screenshot this, feel free. Quick story, this girl in the red on my far right, that's not me. I complimented her. She was going into an event and she ended up being one of the best networkers I have ever connected with. And it was a genuine compliment. She's tall like me and we just kind of hit it off from there. And she introduced me to over 300 people. Fantastic.
Awesome. Yes.
A little tidbit, everyone likes someone that offers them gum. So if that's the win, do it. Always bring your business cards, and then always ask people for their business cards. So if you're talking with someone and you feel like the conversation's wrapping up, just say, hey, before we head to the food line or before we go, I would love to grab your business card. Here's mine. And even if you forgot yours, ask for theirs or ask what their business name is so you can be sure to connect with them later. Make a goal. Okay, this is a huge one. This is a small events in mind. So say today at this networking event, I'm going to hand out 3 business cards and I'm going to meet 2 new people. So always have a goal in mind so you don't get distracted by standing in the corner talking to that one person the whole entire time. Next,
have a reasonable goal. Don't say I'm going to go and get 10 business cards, and because that basically shows that you really haven't had the time to have genuine conversations. Be reasonable. Go and meet at least 2 to 3 people in a group, and to me, that's a success when you've gotten to know 3 new people in your network.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big one too, is just, again, being genuine. As Ashley said, get your elevator pitch down, keep it under 60 or 30 seconds, and then move on from it. No one likes to be actively sold. And I feel like that is a huge thing that we constantly see, and people are immediately turned off. So get your business down, but again, listen to them, ask a question, because then you'll know how to provide a solution. Have a normal conversation. Don't force your business upon them. Really make the connection. Think of it as the first day of school and you're making friends. And next, follow up. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the questions actually was, and I don't know if I'm jumping to this too quick, let me know, but someone asked, you have their business cards in hand, now what? Like what are all of the steps that entail getting a business card and meeting someone? There you go.
So follow up. So follow up within the next day. Give yourself 3 days to follow up via email. This is a huge one. The most impressive I've ever seen is somebody followed up with me that afternoon because it was a breakfast event. But give yourself at least 3 days, because after 3 days, they're going to forget your face. And that's a big thing. Next, track your card. Keep yourself accountable. Use an app or a CRM system. I actually had a spreadsheet going just to keep all their information that I still use to this day. After that, schedule the meeting. And we'll talk about this in a second, but include specific dates that you are available to meet. And then finally, provide value. If you can't meet, introduce them to someone that can help them, or even recommend a book.
That could answer this question. Someone had asked, referrals are important, that you are helping, other connections, which you just said. So they asked, what if you just don't have an immediate connection for them? Is that okay? What do you do for follow-up if you can't really connect them to others in your group, your network?
Yeah. Next. Let's get rid of that one. Okay.
I like the idea of suggest a book.
Yeah. And so like that. To that, I would recommend connecting them on social media. So this is connecting with them on LinkedIn. In your follow-up email with them, just say, hey, I shot you a connection on LinkedIn, and I followed you on your business Instagram. I can't wait to see your success. That's a great way to just kind of tie it up. And then even recommend a book, a podcast, something. I mean, I even recommended social media scheduling apps, because that's what our conversation entailed, and I had no other value to provide.
Yeah.
So that's the big one. Okay, so the follow-up, what's included? So this is you got the business card. What do you do next? This is a great layout. So if anybody watching this wants to take a screenshot, it literally lays out every single step of what that email should look like, even if you want to meet or you can't meet. So take a screenshot. Again, connect with them on social media. And if you're trying to grow a social media account, exchange handles with the person you're meeting.
Okay. You said at the beginning you had a number 300 people that you've met. All right. So this question goes to that. How do you organize all of your contacts to ensure you are staying connected?
So that was one person that introduced me to 300 people. I met way more than 300 people.
Oh yeah.
But a CRM system. So we use Pipedrive. I mean, there's tons of affordable CRM systems out there. And I mean, I highly recommend I have so many business cards, but I track all of them. This is a whole binder that this is sitting on of business cards. But there's a ton of different apps, and you can do the apps on your phone. But I really like having a hard copy on that an Excel spreadsheet. Just have it and continuously add to it, and you include exactly first name, last name, business name, email address, job, everything. So then you have for future reference.
Well, you mentioned, so Pipedrive is one that I use now going forward. Is as soon as I get a card, I'll put it in, and you can set a date to follow up with them, and it can be ongoing. So that kind of helps you stay organized. In addition to, like you said, hang on to the business cards, put them in a binder like you have, just as a reference.
Yeah, and we use ActiveCampaign too. So it's an email automation tool. So if you want to just keep that email in there, that's a great way to hang on to it too. And I also wanted to say, if you connect with them on social media, you want to build a fan base. So you don't want just a business card, you want a fan. And you want to be a fan to that person. So comment on their post. If you see that they got a new job, or you see that they hit a major accomplishment, message them or comment in a real comment that says, congratulations, I know we talked about this, I'm so excited for you. And that, like, continuously just praising your community. That's how you continue to grow and maintain it.
Yeah. All right. I guess so, unless we have any other questions from the live, but key takeaways. Tell us what you got.
Okay. So these are just some key takeaways. And then if anybody wanted to go back, I have introducing people, because we're running out of time. If you want to introduce and make a referral, this is exactly the layout you should follow. These are two real people, Mayan, Payne, and then Kara. And you can screenshot this. And if you want to make any real genuine connections, this is how you do it. Okay. And the key takeaways: networking works, and now is not the time to be shy. Connect with that person, introduce yourself, make that connection, schedule a meeting, and don't forget to follow up. Get your elevator speech down, what makes you different and what makes you valuable. Those are two key things to hit on in your elevator speech, because that will trigger something in someone's mind. But get to know the person. Don't sales pitch them. No one likes the person that talks business 100% of the time. Make a new friend and a new fan. Don't just add a business card to your list. Surround yourself with like-minded networkers, and then make a networking group out of it. So this is a huge one, especially right now. If you meet somebody that's also a pro networker, get each other's elevator speeches down, because it's great to have somebody that knows your business and can introduce you. So you're introducing somebody else. It's more of a referral that way, instead of you pitching yourself. Connect with your new connections on social media. Yes, you can connect with people on LinkedIn and message them to learn more. That is a great opportunity to utilize social media, especially because I know other parts of the country are not doing in-person networking events. So really utilize your connection and your community on LinkedIn. Utilize email and phone calls, not texting for follow-ups. That's a huge thing that I recommend, is email and then schedule a call. This is my big tip. Always end meetings by asking, 1, how you can help them, 2, asking them who they want to meet, and then 3, providing them with at least one person to connect them to, and then actually make that introduction like I did in the last slide. But that is something that really sets yourself apart from other people. And I highly recommend just always bringing value.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I got for you today.
I just want to say that the biggest thing as far as networking is it's that mindset, right? It's not going into to meet people in a big group saying, how much business can I get? That's the wrong mindset to go into it. It's how many people can I genuinely meet that we have something, find someone that we have in common, build a relationship on. It takes patience, right? And time to build that trusting relationship. And that's what networking is all about. That's why Morgan has been so successful. I mean, she's young, and she had that mindset in college, and she's so far ahead than what some others that have been doing it for so long. So again, these mini series are to be a resource for you guys. Hopefully this helped a lot of you. Go back. I don't know, Morgan, are you going? This will be posted. So if you didn't get to catch the beginning, make sure you go back on our website, Facebook, and you can go back and watch from the beginning and do some screenshots of some of the slides that she has.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you want to ask us questions or anything like that, or even if you're looking for something, I mean, I have so many people that will email me and say, hey, we're looking to fill a job position, or hey, we're looking to connect with someone else. please always feel free. We want to be a business resource to you. And that's why I love legacy purchasing so much, is because it's really what's important and valuable to me. And I want to provide that value to you guys too. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes. Bye, guys. Thank you.